So, as I was running down the list of films I wanted to watch before the end of the year that I hadn't seen, I got to see Saint Maud, which my friend Vincent Renfield of the band the Renfields, and of course he's Jason V of the Jasons, told me to watch this movie. Usually he has pretty good taste on stuff, and he kind of picks up on some of these indie films and just kind of like really gets all about them. And this was one that he was all about. And since I was on Paramount Plus anyway, watching the new Paranormal Activity, I thought I'd give this one a chance. This one tells the story of a woman named Maud, or at least we think her name's Maud. And then we learn that she is a hospice nurse for a woman who does not have long to live, and super religious, super religious to the point that she's trying to save people and all that stuff. But when she has these religious experiences, they're almost, dare I say, sensual in a way at times. It's hard to explain, but weird things are happening. Weird things are happening quite a bit in this movie, and you have to kind of decipher if this is reality or if this is just in her mind. And we learn and more about Maud as the story progresses, and she becomes more invested in her patient to a obsessive point. And one thing we learned about Maud is she was a hospice nurse for somebody else, and she had a situation, and the situation is a mystery for the most part of the film. And then we start to learn what happened, and we start to learn that Maud may not mentally be as stable as we thought she might be. And then just it's just a build from there, and strange things happening. And it's a strange, slowish build, but the payoff is actually worth it, unlike a lot of these movies. Now, this is a movie that people are probably going to classify in the elevated horror category, which is a term that I don't like. I'm one of those guys that don't like it. I feel like that's kind of a hipster term, and whenever you say elevated horror, I feel like, oh, this is hipster horror. So don't let that stink of a term like run you off from this movie if somebody's suggesting that you watch it, because I think it's every bit as scary in some parts as other elevated movies people want to talk about. And I believe the finale of it is just as is probably just as shocking as some of the most shocking finales that you find in some horror movies out there. There's not a lot that goes into this. It's definitely an indie affair, but it's definitely one worth your time and your effort to watch. It's on Blu-ray DVD right now anyway. I think Lionsgate put it out, or I think it was Lionsgate. I could be wrong. It may not be Lionsgate. If it may be Paramount, I don't know, because it's on Paramount Plus. It's got to be somewhat associated in there because they don't have a whole lot of new stuff, and this is something that they have new. But the performance from the character of Maud is great. The ending is great, and stuff happens in this movie that is just super freaky. And there's questions you might have at the end of it, like you could just say it's all just this way, but then again, you're not sure. But like I said, Maud's a very interesting character, a very dimensional character with a whole lot of elements to her. What's going on can be confusing at times. Not too confusing, but confusing of whether or not it's reality or fictionist or whatever. But if you've not seen this movie, I say watch it. I've given it a 4 out of 5. One of the better movies I've seen from last year now, which will make my list, I'm pretty sure, at the end of I guess, this month, but when I actually make my list. So if you've not seen Saint Maud, go pick it up. Be patient with it. It's a little bit slow, but go go watch it because it's worthy of your time. And either pick it up or get Paramount Plus and watch it there, or I think it's on Hulu as well. So whatever you do, give that one a check if you're still trying to find some cool stuff from last year. And like I said, that's a 4 out of 5, one of the highest rated things I've had for the year. So it'll probably be pretty high on the list when the list is actually compiled. So Saint Maud, for me, gets a thumbs up, and Vincent Renfield's recommendations has once again proven to be very good.